because all I want to do is rewatch it, and rewatch it. Hi, welcome to the horror. My name is Yutaka, and today I want to review a film that, look, I'm just going to tell you right away, this film blew me away. It's called Things Will Be Different. It comes from writer-director Michael Felker. This is their debut film. It premiered at South by Southwest in the Midnight section in 2024. Now, if you're familiar with the name, he is commonly associated with Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, who are quite known for their cosmic horror films like Synchronic and There's Something in the Dirt. He's their editor, and honestly, dude knows his work. But this is his feature film debut. And it stars Riley Dandy and Adam David Thompson. And so the synopsis goes, when estranged siblings Joseph and Sydney rendezvous at a local diner after a close call robbery, they hightail it to an abandoned farmhouse that transports them to a different time in order to escape the law. Their getaway, though, is derailed when an unknown and cryptic metaphysical force emerges and blocks them from returning home. That's a pretty cool scene, too. Trapped on the puzzling plot of land, their captor makes it clear no one can leave until their deadly demands are met. What results from their entrapment not only bends the forces of space-time, forcing the two to question everything they know about their own reality, but it pushes their familial bonds to the breaking point. So, and that's a lot when you hear that, and you're also thinking, well, I'm going to tell you right now, this is like a thriller horror with a little bit of mystery. And it definitely goes through different genres, but it works so well. You know, when you have a film with a very limited cast, there are so many things you have to have right. In my opinion, it has to be engaging. The actors have to give stellar performances. The script needs to be, tight, and it needs striking visuals, for me. If it doesn't have one of those things, then what happens is I think the pacing can be thrown off. But thankfully to me, I felt this had that. First off, let's talk about the performances. Freaking Riley Dandy and Adam David Thompson really killed it in these roles. You could see the chemistry. You could feel that there was a strained relationship. And, again, when they're stuck in this, time and they're trying to get out, they're forced to have to talk to each other and kind of get to the root of their own problems, because they're estranged siblings. And I really appreciated, one, getting to know them, but also getting to kind of see that backstory as to why maybe there could be a little bit of guilt. And the other thing is, once things really start to pop off, if you know Riley Stearns, Riley Dandy, she was in Christmas Bloody Christmas. She could do a good action sequence, like seriously, and you get some of that, and it's pretty cool. And I like the way that was shot as well. It was very thrilling, entertaining, and so you have that portion as well. But then, the visuals of this farmhouse. Inside, it feels like like your cozy grandparents' house, but outside, it's isolated, it's desolate. And then there's like this scene that, oh my gosh, it's so horrific. And when you see it, you'll know it because the way it's played out and then what it makes you think has happened. Oh, it's disgusting. I love it. And of course, I think, again, when it comes to the time travel aspect, I really enjoyed this take on it. I found it very unique. And I also found that it kind of added to why I want to rewatch this. Because when everything's said and done, I'm suddenly thinking, well, what clues did I miss? Because there are things that can be interpreted after you've watched the movie. And I love that because it reminds me of a time when I saw Inception. Now, Inception and this are two different movies, yes. But one of the great things is when I got out of the theater, like half the theater, people who didn't even know each other wanted to sit there and debate, well, did the top keep spinning or did the top fall down? And I feel like this has that kind of feeling, whereas I'm like looking at all these, this section of time and I'm trying to think where it really was. When did something change? When did something slip? And it would mean more when you see it, but I don't want to spoil things because I really, really enjoyed how, like, once things, like the big reveal, it really worked for me and I found it to be very satisfying. I feel like this film, it has a very high rewatch factor for those of you who like to try and spot clues, maybe even kind of dissect it even more, listening to maybe the way things are phrased or maybe how a scene is shot. But I really do enjoy that about this film. I mean, for a debut feature, props to Michael Felker on this one. I had an absolute blast. I will say, for those, it's a slow burn at times, so the pacing might not be to your liking because sometimes we want something that keeps up and where you don't feel the runtime. I can say I didn't feel the runtime because my brain was just firing on all synapses. I was just like, no, 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 trying to think of, as I was like, I need to look here for a clue, here, 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 especially towards the end. So I didn't feel that runtime, but I could certainly see how some may run into that issue. But overall, I just have to say, like, I loved this film. I had such a great time. I'm probably gonna go see it again in theaters. I think at the heart of it, though, is a really great story about familial bonds, because he gets it when it comes to estranged siblings, myself being one. You're always going to be there, though, if they ever truly need you, and you could just feel that, and that's part of how this story kind of kicks off. And I really just it was such a nice take on that. But at the end of the day, if you're going to ask me to rate it, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Because I don't think it's as cut and dry after you see how it plays out, where things may have changed. I mean, it's really a great look at time travel, and I think Michael Felker was very clever, and I didn't feel like there were any like big plot holes. It made sense. And that's part of the fun as to why I want to rewatch it. So that's my review of Things Will Be Different. Let me know if you go see it, whether you see it in theaters or rent it on video on demand, and comment down below some of your thoughts. Please mark spoilers as such, because I really want to get into the comments and talk to you about this film. Because again, I freaking loved it. So I would love to debate theories about when certain things happened versus when they didn't. But hey, my name is Yutaka. This is the Horror Hour. And till next time, guys. Bye.